60 years since I started following the game. It's in the blood. It's really in the blood.
Are you confident Newcastle will get over the line?
We're here. It's the start of a journey.
From Sky Sports News providing huge update.
With Newcastle and reports suggesting they're looking at a new midfielder. Who is it?
It's a Brazilian called...
Might worry the Newcastle fans. I think, okay, this sounds like a good player, but they'll be worrying, is it a replacement for...
To Newcastle United setting their sights on prolific winger. But is Jose Mourinho set to become the next Newcastle United manager?
I become a little magpie. And I like the club very, very much. And in spite of never win in that stadium, I always love to go there and to play in front of these incredible fans.
Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey.
Let's go!
Starting off, according to Sky Sports News, Newcastle United has entered the race to sign Ederson from Atalanta, joining Juventus in pursuit of the Brazilian midfielder. Newcastle has previously shown interest in Ederson, but their current interest has reportedly been reignited due to his impressive performances this season. Ederson has started the 2023-24 Serie A campaign strongly, featuring in the starting lineup for Atalanta in 95% of their matches. In 19 appearances, he has contributed to 4 goals and provided 1 assist, an impressive output for a central midfielder. Watching Ederson play, his style of play immediately catches the eye. He covers a lot of ground on the pitch, breaking up attacks, forcing turnovers, and quickly driving the ball forward to initiate attacks, a perfect match for Howe's pressing and fast-paced system. The 24-year-old is known for his box-to-box style of play and his ability to carry the ball forward with ease. This attribute is particularly appealing to Newcastle manager Eddie Howe, who is lacking the attacking influence of Joe Willock and Elliot Anderson in his squad. Adding Ederson to Newcastle's already star-studded team, with a Brazilian flair, could provide the catalyst for more attacking movements in the second half of what has been an underwhelming season so far. The club is in need of reinforcements in midfield, especially with the recent news of Joelinton's injury sidelining him for approximately 4 months. While Calvin Phillips has been mentioned as potential short-term solution, it appears that Ederson is the player Howe envisions for the long term.
With Newcastle and reports suggesting they're looking at a new midfielder. Who is it?
It's a Brazilian called Ederson, yet another son of Eder, who plays for Atalanta in Italy. 24 years old, strong, well-built central midfielder, strong on the ball, versatile, box-to-box, strong personality as well. The first time I remember him, his professional debut, really, he's thrown in the deep end in a big team called Cruzeiro, who are really on the slide. They were relegated in dreadful form. And even in this bad context, he stood out. So a lot of virtues. And I just wonder, Tom, if all these virtues I'm telling you about may remind you of a Brazilian already wearing the shirt of Newcastle.
Well, that's the thing that might worry the Newcastle fans. I think, okay, this sounds like a good player, but they'll be worrying, is it a replacement for Bruno Guimaraes if he was to leave?
Yeah, and you could see this either as kind of backup in a squad, which I think we've seen this season with the test of the Champions League, the squad lacks depth, or you could also interpret it as maybe Newcastle under pressure with financial fair play, big money offers coming in for Bruno Guimaraes. You could see it as a replacement. So backup, replacement, you find people are far closer to the action than I am, so I'll leave that one in the cauldron of speculation.
However, as of now, it seems unlikely that a deal for Ederson will be completed before the summer transfer window. The precise asking price is unclear, but reports suggest that a bid around €50 million, £43 million, would be required to secure his signature. With Juventus also considering a bid and Atalanta in a strong negotiating position, Newcastle's ability to spend a significant amount this January is limited due to the Premier League's strict enforcement of profit and sustainability rules. Then moving on, Jose Mourinho, the former manager of Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Manchester United, previously expressed his admiration for Newcastle United, which could potentially intrigue fans amid ongoing speculation about his future. Mourinho was recently sacked by AS Roma after a 2.5-year tenure at the club. Following his departure, he has been linked with various managerial positions, including the Newcastle United job. In fact, according to Sky Sports Bet, Mourinho is the 3-1 favorite to succeed Eddie Howe as the manager of Newcastle.
So what next for Jose? Could we see a Premier League club being tempted by him, or does his time at Tottenham sound a toll for his Premier League ambitions?
Potentially, although this sacking maybe comes at slightly a good time for him. I don't see him coming to the Premier League this season, and even then there's no guarantee. But, you know, Newcastle have big ambitions and are not in the best of form at the moment. I personally back Eddie Howe to turn that form around, given his record at the club since he came in 2 seasons ago. But if those injuries come back and Newcastle are unable to rectify that form, then maybe they'll be looking for a more high-profile manager in the summer.
When asked about a potential return to the Premier League with Newcastle in 2021, Mourinho acknowledged having an emotional connection to the club.
You serious?
Did you almost join Newcastle with Mr. Robson?
More or less, yes. More or less, yes. But at that time, I was already with eyes in a different direction. Mr. Robson, he always knew that I want to give everything from me that I could give to him. But at the same time, he also knew that I had my eyes in a different direction too. But yes, there was a chance. But independent of that, is a club that I feel connection with through Mr. Robson. Is as simple as that.
These comments suggest that he holds a special affinity for Newcastle United. Given Mourinho's previous statements and his availability following his departure from Roma, as a Newcastle United fan, would you want him to take the Newcastle United job?
You hear me? No!
Micheal Olise, the Crystal Palace player, is expected to leave the club in the summer, but he has yet to make a decision on his future destination. However, he is aware that he has attracted interest from several top Premier League clubs. According to Graham Bailey of 90 Minutes, Olise's representatives have received inquiries and interest from Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle United, and Chelsea. Chelsea's interest in Olise is reportedly long-term, as they previously attempted to sign him in the summer but were unsuccessful. Olise has a release clause in his contract, which is believed to be over £50 million. However, this clause will only become active in the summer, which is why neither the club nor the player has considered a move in the January transfer window. Then, in other Newcastle United news, Newcastle United have confirmed that Joe White has returned from his loan spell at Crewe Alexandra. The 21-year-old will now link up with Eddie Howe's squad and will be given an opportunity to impress. Furthermore, Newcastle United have also announced the departure of under-15 and 16 lead coach Ian Bogie after almost 10 years with the academy. Then finally, is Newcastle United's transfer priorities completely wrong?
I don't know.
Click the video on your screen now to find out.
That was easy.